It's Wednesday. It's 8 o'clock. It's the TNG review show. Yes. It's us. We're back again for another week. Let's hear the rest of the music. Ready? There we go. We're back for another episode of Star Trek The Next Generation with me, Monteban, and my co-hosts, Mazza McBob and G-Star. Good evening to you.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Monty. Good evening, Mazza.
Good evening.
I think that was the first time you've done an intro there, Monty, with no mistakes. You even said the right show.
I said the
on
right show.
Night, at the right time.
I know.
And your camera's working, and we can hear you. I think that we've hit a breakthrough.
Well, do you know when we started doing this? I think it was November last year. So I think wasn't it? I got a feeling.
No, it's October.
Was it? Or I say we've been doing it for about a year now. So it was about time I actually got one right. one a year. It's not bad, is it? Really.
It's a good record.
Yes.
Good evening, Smiler.
Yeah. No, we don't have Stew Plum this evening. So if Mickey comes on, you might have not a lot of competition this evening. We'll see how it goes. But yes. So firstly, guys, how are you this week, Mazza McBob?
I'm very good, thank you.
Your hair's looking lovely this evening, I have to say.
Well, it's kind of my very curly big Troy bun. I thought Troy has a stressful time this week. I thought I would bun up in honor of Troy.
You bunned up for Troy. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to watch her
Also
lose
went with
her
super
mind.
Shiny lipstick.
Oh, it's super. Oh, crumbs! It's kind of the same
Me
shade
too.
as my shirt.
Me too.
Ooh.
Oh.
Love the pout.
No, actually, this show I'm not wearing makeup.
No, that was last week. That was last Friday.
Yes.
How long did that take to remove?
Well, it didn't take that long. However,
You woke up and there were still smudges of orange on the pillowcase.
Well, I wore a shirt to work the next day, and when I got home the next day and took the shirt off, there was still red all in the shirt. However, it didn't take that long to remove, although I don't think I did the best job at it. But it then appeared that my skin had a reaction to the makeup.
Oh no!
And for about the next 24 hours, my face felt like as if I had really bad sunburn and was constantly burning. So that was not pleasant. And just goes to show the sacrifices I go to for live streams.
The sacrifices for Monteban Live, the Monteban Live channel. I tell you.
So yeah,
sacrifices he makes. And
face is all normal now, though.
For all that sacrifice, we've managed to lose one subscriber this week on our quest to get 100. It's like, God damn it!
Not according to mine. We've gone up by one.
Have we? Oh, maybe they came back.
We're on 97.
Are we?
We're now 3 away. I'm looking at it right now, and it says 97.
Oh my gosh! Well, it
does.
That's happy news. That means we didn't gain one. We've actually gained 2 because it went down to 95 last night. So there you go. We've gained 2 subscribers today. So that's good news. That's made me happy. That's
so
happy
on that
Wednesday.
Note, make sure that you like this stream.
Oh yes.
And subscribe or share to get one of your friends or family members to subscribe.
Like that subscribe button.
Yeah.
I have definitely liked it.
You've liked.
But I can't subscribe because I'm already subscribed.
Yeah.
And make sure you push that notification bell.
Yeah.
So you never miss a future episode.
Never miss it. You wouldn't want to miss it. Not now we're into season 3. I would say hello to everyone in chat, but that's poor Smiler Rainbow there, or Wrench, and You might have an easy job this evening, Smiler, by the looks of things. You never know.
Once again, I haven't sent the answers to Smiler, so she can join in on the quiz.
We might need her to be fair. we might. That might be required. Yeah.
I'm just going to prod our friends who are playing Fortnite that we're on, because they may have forgotten. Yeah.
Fortnite does that to you.
It does.
People who play Fortnite seem to forget the rest of the world.
A little bit sometimes.
It's all consuming.
We got 4 victory royales the other night. It was very impressive. So impressive. I'm making a video of it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mickey should be on. He was watching the episode earlier.
He was.
He commented on the new intro, and we were like, "Oh, right. Have you not seen that yet?" And he's just been clicking on skip intro. He didn't realise it had changed for season 3.
Yeah. I think we all agreed, was it not last week, but the week before, that we prefer the new intro. It's iconic, isn't it, with the flying through the nebula.
My microphone's up quite far, by the way, because it's getting in the way of my drink. So let me know if
you don't want that, do you? You don't want that.
On that note, here he is.
On that note, I also have my blood wine, but it's must be an alien blood this evening because it's of the white variety.
It should be blue. It could be Andorian blood.
Yeah.
Or green.
Could
Vulcan
be,
blood.
Mickey's probably just come back from the gym, so he's probably aching now. Good evening, Mickey. It's good to have you on board because we were beginning to think we were doing this to no one. At least we have a point now, so that's good. That's nice to know.
You might win tonight, Nikki, but you will also be tackling Smiler, who won last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys will both participate.
Oh, I'll be playing.
Yeah.
So this week's
I'm
episode...
also achy from the gym because I'm finally not working like 12 hours a day anymore, and like I can start late and finish early and not work in the evenings, and it's just amazing. It feels like every day is a holiday, even though I'm still working, because it's such a change from what it's been the last 3 or 4 months.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's a better balance, isn't it?
Yeah, I've been gym every morning, but I'm aching quite a bit. I might not go tomorrow morning because it's getting a bit of a struggle because it's so sore.
Yeah, maybe every other day.
Yeah, too enthusiastic out of the gate.
Oh no, Smiler's dipping out of the quiz today. Oh no.
Might be a slam dunk for the Mickey.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get my A game together.
Does that mean you're skipping out on the questions as well, like dropping them in?
Oh no. Uh-oh. Rot roll.
Well, we'll find out in a bit.
Well, yeah, we'll see what happens when we get there. Right. So yes, this evening we are talking about season 3 episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation, episode 3 of season 3, The Survivors. That's what we'll be talking about this evening.
The Eye of the Survivors.
Yeah, and I actually have already set up. Look, we have the pictures all ready to go. Look,
so professional.
I'm on the ball this evening, aren't I?
Yeah,
really are.
Yeah.
Stunning.
Yeah. Smile is working this evening on her work, so she's multitasking. Right. So should we get on? Should we get into the episode?
If we have to. Might as well.
Might as well. So yes, the teasers. Here we go. The Enterprise is entering the Delta Reina star system, checking out a distress call that's emanating from the 4th planet. The call said they were under attack from an unknown spacecraft. Their mission is a rescue mission with a possible confrontation of unknown source. They enter the planetary system, but do not detect any ship in orbit or detect any output from the planet. Troy mentions that there should be 11,000 colonists, so she should be sensing something, but she isn't. Picard orders to put the planet's surface on main viewer, and it looks like a war-torn, decimated world. Data reports there's no bodies of water, vegetation, or buildings detected. and Worf concurs that there's no signs of life. However, moments later, Wesley detects one building and 2 life forms. Beverly thinks it might be an illusion, but sensors confirm it's real, so they decide to send an away team to see who's home. And that was the teaser.
And what a teaser it was.
What a teaser. It was quite nice and concise, and it's one of those ones where it starts off with the Enterprise going along with the creepy, like, do-do-do-do-do-do kind of music, that kind of like, what's going to happen today? No question time at that point then, Gisna?
Did you say the coordinates?
I didn't. I just said it was the Delta Reina star system.
Oh, and there's no questions on the coordinates, are there?
No.
Oh, right. Okay. Maz has got a point.
Well, just because
it's trivia.
She has.
It was,
I sense it.
Was it 37 North, 62 East? I think where the
where the house was.
Yeah.
Right. With you.
And that has 2 things. One, just as an FYI, on Earth, apparently, that's near the town of Zaranj in Afghanistan, near the Iranian border. However, more relevantly, it's the title of a film from 2009 starring Marina Sirtis.
Who is it?
37 North, 62 East.
Wow. This episode could see into the future and reference a film.
It's like foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing of film. I like a bit of foreshadowing.
Most of my trivia tonight actually are like coincidences more than anything. They're not actually real trivia about, set and props and stuff like that. It's more coincidental things.
Oh, hiya, Crystal Karen. Hiya there. Karen's on, so Mickey's finally got someone to compete against. Yes, we like to have some competition with the questions this evening.
So and he's multitasking, watching football, so he could be a bit distracted.
Liverpool destroying Atletico, so hopefully, fingers crossed.
Come on, you Reds!
Yeah, there's a reason I wear a red shirt,
Yeah, okay, I can kick in with the first question. It's not sort of related to a time index, really, so that's why I wasn't chewing at the bit.
Go on, then. How many TNG points for this question?
Well, this is for ensign rank, if you want to join the officer squad. So, for that all-important ensign promotion and 25 TNG points to kick things off, the question is, Kujika is Klingon for, so this is where I'm really hoping that Smiler puts it in the chat, Kujika is Klingon for A, the survivors, B, Rana 4, C, the Uxbridges, D, Rishon, or E, none of the above. Kujika,
how do you spell
is
it?
Klingon.
GHU?
It's in chat.
Oh.
Which has just reminded me, we haven't done Klingon Word of the Week for the last week or so.
No, we haven't. No.
Ooh, we forgot all about that.
Well, we've got one now.
Cool. So get your answers in chat, guys. Is it A, the survivors, B, Rana 4, C, the Uxbridges, D, Rishon, or E, none of the above?
You realise you're kind of cheating by looking at the dictionary, though, right?
Who is?
Put the dictionary down.
What?
You're supposed to be participating in the quiz, aren't you? But you're looking it up.
Damn it. I forgot my camera was on. All right.
Do not cheat and go to Google Translate. Just guess. Enjoy the fun.
Okay.
I've gone for a guess. I have no idea.
Oh, it's a good guess. Do you know what, Maz? I'm going to join you. I'm going to join you with an A. Let's see what Mickey and Karen and anybody else out there who wants to join our little quiz this evening. What do you think it is? Please put it in chat.
Mickey goes B.
I like Mickey's instincts.
3 A's and a B.
Yeah. Okay.
The other thing from that very beginning scene was, they're wearing these uniforms with these little side seamy bits.
Yeah, they got like
the
two
two little
seams
diagonal
there,
sides.
and they got little like breast seams.
When Picard was standing there, the way those scenes are, because he's kind of a little bit sort of sparrow-chested, he's not got much to him to fill it out. It kind of oddly made it look like he had square boobs, which just made me laugh. But anyway, carry on. It's just an observation.
It's an interesting. I think that's why they got rid of those seams in the end, because I don't think it made the material fall quite right, and they quite often like bunch together there and give them like chicken fillets. It's not good luck, is it?
Sponge Picard square boobs.
Yeah, that's right. Right then.
Do you want the answer then?
Go on,
before
then.
you continue.
Let's have the answers.
Okay.
Then.
So everybody salute and give a congratulations to Ensign Early with 25 TNG points. The answer was Rana 4.
And Liverpool are 1-0 up.
Yeah,
nice. I think he's more happy about that than getting the question right.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Right, on with Act 1 then. Still on the Enterprise, Troy senses that they are human, but something is off about them. The whole command crew, save Troy and Picard, beam down to the planet. They arrive on a lovely plush grassy lawn, and Worf detects 2 humans and a non-functioning weapon. I will say that, I don't know, actually, have we got any? We're not quite there yet. But the map painting of the lawn, the house with them beaming into the garden, didn't translate to HD very well.
They look a bit fuzzy.
Yeah.
I've actually got from the HD to or the standard to HD comparison page, and if I just,
are you bringing it up?
I am sorry. Yeah, I will. I wasn't going to, but I will anyway, because why not? I think it's that one. So that's it in standard definition.
Doesn't look too bad.
Doesn't look too bad. And that's it remastered. And once it's remastered, you can see like the circle cut out around them. And they tried to fuzzy it out and stuff, and it doesn't look too bad in this one still image, but in the moving shot, it
does look. What caught my eye is when you see the transporter beam. That's what really stood out to me, because it kind of looked like it wasn't part of the backdrop.
Yeah, sometimes when they HD this show, some of the effects really weren't designed for it, were they? But yeah, there we go. So that was that. And let me just go back to the other thing. There we go. Look at that. Yes.
Seamless.
Maybe
there's the next picture.
Yeah. So it's inside, but we're getting there. We're getting there. So yes, Worf detects a non-functioning weapon. Riker decides to go knock on the front door, but as he moves in that direction, he steps into a trap and ends up swinging upside down.
He ends up swinging into a rubber stick.
He does, yes.
Because that metal pole didn't half bend when he whacked it.
Yeah, it did, yeah. Anyway, an old guy comes out brandishing a weapon, and Riker explains that they are the rescue party here to help them, but the old guy isn't moved. Then an old lady comes running out, and she seems a lot more enthusiastic to see them, and she tries to convince the old man that the away team are here to help, but he tells her to go back inside. She ignores him, and they tell how they haven't seen anyone in days. The away team confirm that they are the only 2 people left alive on the planet, which comes as a bit of a shock. The old man says they came in the attackers came in a big ship, and they bombed it from orbit, and they never saw their faces, so they don't know the identity of who they were. They introduce themselves as Rishon and Kevin Uxbridge. Data gives a summary of their background, as they are botanists originally from Earth and moved to Raina 5 years ago. He knows this because he memorized the colony roster before leaving the ship. Riker wants to inspect the house, as it's the only thing left standing on the whole planet, and Kevin reluctantly allows it. Rishon goes to make tea, and Worf tells Kevin he was impressed with his attempt to fend them off with a non-functioning weapon. And Kevin was like, it didn't fool you then, did it? And he's like, no. He said he admires...
Sorry. Yeah, he said, it was an act of unmitigated gall.
Yes. Yeah.
That's a great line. Unmitigated gall.
He admires gall, does Data. Does Worf, sorry. Data finds a music box that has been in Rishon's family for generations. And as Data marvels at it on the Enterprise, Troy can hear music playing, and it disturbs her. The away team cannot find anything improper in the house, so decide to return to the ship. They want to take the upbridges with them, but they refuse to leave their home. So Riker leaves them his comms badge, so if they reconsider, they can contact him. And that was Act 1.
It was a nice act.
Lovely act.
Are you question timing? No?
Not quite. Just right this second.
So the actress who plays Rishon, do you recognise her from any other episodes?
Yeah,
I do recognise her.
She played an alien in... No?
I think it might have been a Bajoran, so sort of alien, but it was in an episode of Deep Space Nine called Dax, where Dax being held accountable for the sort of murder that committed by her previous host. And this actress here is the judge and jury. She's really funny, actually. She's always like, I'm over 100 years old, don't waste my time, and all this kind of thing. It's a really great character she plays, like really, really, really quite quick-witted and funny. So yeah, she was in that. The other thing is
wasn't she in Cocoon?
Oh, I don't know.
Don't think so.
She's definitely been in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. They put these eggs in a swimming pool and swim in it and
become
younger.
Well, speaking of young, she is in this playing an 82-year-old. How old do you think she is actually?
I'm going to go with 68.
55.
No. She's not.
So.
Apparently so.
And he is 67 playing an 85-year-old.
She's 55.
Apparently so. Unless, the trivia may well be wrong. Memory Alpha may be wrong, but that's what it said. The point is that lifespan is supposed to be longer. So, they kind of promote people's age in this because they're supposed to look younger at an older age anyway.
I think in Picard, Picard's supposed to be like 105.
Right.
Even though he's
actually only 100 now.
Well, he's in his, was he 80 or late 70s, 80 or something? I don't know.
Yeah, 80s, I think.
80s, yeah. But yeah, he's supposed to be in his hundreds.
But yeah, and then there's like another sort of bunch of random things so the guy, John Anderson, who plays Kevin there, was in Psycho 1960, and Anne Haney, who plays Rishon there, was in the remake of Psycho in 1998. So, I mean, there's like a bunch of things like that are like random coincidences.
Quinky dinkies.
Plus Riker there, Jonathan Frakes, and John Anderson there. They were both in a series called North and South, which was like about the American Civil War, and they starred in that together, along with what's he called, Patrick Swayze.
Was that in the 80s?
Kirstie Alley. Yeah.
I watched that. I remember that.
1985, I think it was.
It was like a kind of epic mini-series type thing.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, no, both in that together.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's enough trivia for one go. You may continue.
Act 2.
On the Enterprise, in the observation lounge, the senior staff are debating why the couple were left alone. Picard speculates they could be collaborators. Meanwhile, Troy's looking unwell or concerned, and Riker has noticed, as he has this kind of Imazadi connection with her. In her mind, she's still hearing the music from the music box. Riker confirms. What?
Oh,
it was the same.
Question time.
It was the same music, wasn't it? Oh, question time. Yes.
Yeah. Is that all right?
That's all right. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. All right, then. Lieutenant Commander question coming up, then.
Right. Fingers on buzzers.
A big, massive 50 TNG points and that all-important promotion to Lieutenant Commander. So, everybody else isn't an officer yet. We've only got Ensign Mickey. He's part of the officer squad, so we want to get more people into Lieutenant Commander. So, listen up. What is the name of the song that is playing on Rishon's music box? Is it A, The Blue Danube, B, Canon in D, C, Butterfly Waltz, D, Fur Elise, or E, none of the above? What is the name of the song that is playing from Rishon's music box? Is it A, The Blue Danube, B, Canon in D, C, Butterfly Waltz, D, Fur Elise, or E, none of the above?
I'm going to make a guess. Obviously, I don't know. But an educated guess.
You educated the same guess that I educated guess.
Yes. I don't know if Mickey knows for a fact or is educating guessing the same educated guess that we're educating guessing. Yeah.
It's quite educated.
Another thing, as a teeny weeny little goof, is that Riker uses acres to describe the plot that they're on, which in the 24th century, the standard term of measure is all metric.
Yeah.
So it's probably unusual that he would have, by hundreds of years later, even have been able to tell what an acre was anymore. That we know what a whatever in a sixpence or whatever is in shillings and crap.
That's just so the American audience actually could grasp the size of plot, because 80s Americans wouldn't have known what meters and
square kilometers
or whatever
hectare is.
They wouldn't know what that is. Right, Karen, get off Fortnite, answer the question. we want answers, god damn it. Oh, 2-0 to Liverpool. That's good news. Come on, you Reds. Right. Whilst we're waiting
for more conviction than that. Oh, come on, you Reds.
I'm not doing that on a Star Trek live stream.
Sorry.
Yes. Whilst we're waiting for the lovely Karen to find her, time in her schedule to answer the question, I'll carry on.
You do that.
Yeah. So yes, she's got the music box going around in her head, and Riker confirms with Picard that the couple have no way of sustaining themselves. The water table is tainted, and they're running out of supplies. Meanwhile, the music in Troy's head is getting worse and worse. So she ends up excusing herself, saying she's feeling unwell and wants to return to her quarters. Beverly offers her services to help, but Troy declines.
Riker is staring at her really oddly around that table.
He is.
It's like he's completely got his back to the captain, even when he's talking to him. It's very odd.
Yes. I thought it's kind of nice because they have that kind of,
Yeah.
Even though she's not saying anything, he's totally in that she's in trouble somehow. He can't quite put his finger on it or know what it is, but his spidey senses are tingling. There's something wrong. Right, we have an answer from Karen, and unsurprisingly, she's gone with C.
Everyone went with C.
Everyone went with C. So we were having a bit of a joke and a josh about educated guessing. So Monty, where did the education come in?
Well, I'm pretty sure it's not the Blue Danube, and it was definitely a waltz. It was a 4x3,
Yeah.
So
and
it was
the
a
Blue
waltz.
Danube is a waltz. The Farrelly's isn't, and I know it wasn't that either.
Yes.
I don't know what the canon thingy was, but I just pumped.
The only thing I could have thought was it could have been the canon thing, because I don't know what that is, and that could be a waltz as well.
It's not likely to be. A canon is normally where one thing starts and then another thing starts sort of later.
So that's why I went butterfly waltz.
Okay. Well, really interesting. Unfortunately, no lieutenant commander promotion for anybody.
God damn it.
The correct answer was E. None of the above.
It was always possible it was that as well.
Oh, yeah.
So the music was actually written by Dennis McCarthy. He does the music for the show, I believe, as a one-off composition for this.
That is what I thought for us initially.
That's what I said before the show. When you said, "Oh, do you know what the music is?" and I was like, "Oh, I didn't know it was something. I thought it was just written for this show."
Yeah. So I kept quiet because I said, "Oh, that's the correct answer." But yeah, the where that question was born from actually is just because, you know, rewatching the episode, I was like, I recognize that music, but do I recognize that music because I've watched this episode so many times, or do I recognize that music because it's actually another piece of music? So I did a little bit of digging around, and that's where I found out the trivia that it was written by Dennis McCarthy, who does the music.
Right.
As a one-off, just for this episode. But I thought, you know, and then I was listening to it again. I was thinking, God, it does really sound like something that's like popular culture kind of music box type of thing. So anyway, I just thought it was really interesting. So I thought I'd throw it in as a question. But unfortunately, sorry that nobody got any points or a promotion. But better luck next time.
Well, Mickey's confirmed it's not what he would have on in his car radio.
No, to be fair, no. Quite right.
Well, and while we're on this...
I think it'd make everybody's face like what Dianna's looks like in that picture.
Yeah. That's what she thinks of that question, G.
And while we're on that picture, this is the first appearance of her teal dress outfit.
Oh, yes.
Which now comes in regular rotation until Chain of Command Part 1 is in Season 6.
Yeah. Yes, where she gets her proper uniform. Yeah.
Or she gets, forced into a proper uniform.
Yeah. And she goes, actually, I like this.
This makes me feel more legit.
Yeah.
She does kind of look like she's going for a stand-up poo, though.
Yeah, through most of this episode.
Yeah. Okay. So, a little bit later on, whilst walking to Troy's quarters, Worf informs Picard that he cannot detect the ship anywhere in the star system, so it must have departed. Picard tells a story of how Andorians once evaded capture by dismantling their entire ship and hiding it, burying it. But Worf stakes his reputation on his analysis being correct. But as Picard walks off, you can tell in Worf's face that Worf's now doubting himself. Now he's staked his entire reputation on it. He's thinking to himself, I better go back to tactical and double check. In Troy's quarters, here we are in the picture, she is having a bad time with the music. Picard pops in to see if she's okay, but she lies that she is fine. And we all know when someone says they are fine, they are not fine.
I'm fine.
It's the universal law. Well, especially when a man asks a lady if she's okay, and she goes, "I'm fine." You know, she's not fine. You're in trouble. You've probably done something wrong, and so yes, she finally admits that she's hearing music. Picard thinks she has an earworm and is suffering from fatigue, but Troy says it started when she was thinking about Rashawn and Kevin, and they remain elusive to her. Picard tells her to rest up, but just then, the red alert siren starts sounding. On the bridge, a warship's turned up, and Data confirms that they have never seen any such thing. Picard questions Worf with a simple, Lieutenant, and he's like, I can't explain it, sir, sorry. His reputation's now in the gutter. They hail the ship, but get no response. The ship fires a 40 megawatt blast. The Enterprise no damage. They fire a warning shot back, and the ship flees. They chase after it, but it matches their acceleration curve, and eventually Picard decides to return to Rena 4, as they have unfinished business with the Uxbridges. And that was the end of Act 2.
So on the sort of Facebook chat where I advertised this this episode, one of the people commented that they thought the Husnock ship was boss, like totally awesome. That only the Borg cube and the Raymond ship, the Scimitar, are the only ships that they think in that match this one as being totally awesome.
Romulan
A
Warbird.
person's opinion.
Romulan Warbird. I mean, the Romulan Warbird's awesome ship. I have to say, though, of the ships of the weeks that we get on TNG, this is like the first...
One of the best ones, so far.
Pretty awesome ones that we've seen. It does look pretty cool and futuristic. Yeah. And it's it looks a little nicer in the HD. In the HD version, they gave its effects and its lights and stuff a little bit of a touch up, like they did the Enterprise. So it looks even better now.
I liked that ship that was used by the people that were diseased. You know, the one with the multicolored ball that sort of was going around.
Oh yes. It's kind of all curvy, isn't it? And has like a ball of light in the middle of it.
Yeah. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, that does look cool. Yeah. Okay, we'll get into Act 3 then. Back on the planet, Picard beams down with Worf and offers them a portable replicator. He tells them its abilities are limited, but will provide them with clothes and water. Kevin says no thanks, don't need it. But Rishon says thank you, we do need it, and offers them afternoon tea. That's a very English thing to do, isn't it, really? You know, the whole world's being destroyed, they've run out of resources, but it'll all be fine with a nice afternoon tea. Back on the ship, Troy's having a bad time still with the music. Beverly tries to help with sedatives, but seemingly it doesn't help. She wants to take her to sickbay, but Troy is adamant that she doesn't want to go to sickbay. She wants to stay in her quarters. I don't quite know why she was so emphatic about staying in her quarters, but she absolutely wasn't going to sickbay. I've got a feeling like the sickbay set was out of use in this episode. Like, it was, do you know what I mean? It was being reused for something else, and they were like, "We're not putting the sickbay sets together." So she really wants to stay in her quarters. That's what we're going with. So yeah, that's it.
I think if this was really happening to you, though, you would be going a bit cray. So you may want to like be in a situation where you're not around people that you might just want to kill. You know? Yeah,
with the thought.
It wasn't just Crusher, though, was it? There were a couple of other medical staff there. I mean, they must have literally emptied sickbay just to all tend Troy in her quarters.
Yes. Yeah. The doc wants to induce delta wave sleep, but Troy thinks that the music will just follow her into her dreams. For the music is real, and not even the deepest sleep will save her from it. Back on the planet, Rishon's telling them the story of how her and Kevin met. Worf clearly doesn't like the
picture.
The tea. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, the picture is a good plan. There they are. They've been down again. Worf clearly doesn't like the tea. Kind of sips it and goes, And she's like, "How's your tea?" And he's like, "Good tea. Nice house."
It's a great line.
Hell of a conversationist is Worf.
Somebody has their finger out.
Yes, G-Star.
Question time.
Oh, right.
Ready you are, Smiler. Okay. So, this is Commander question. Some of us still out there with no promotion yet, so it would be really great to get you on the ranks. And 75 TNG points. So, listen up. Where did Kevin and Rishon first meet? Was it A, on a boat at sea? B, on top of a mountain range? C, in a bistro in New Orleans? D, at a chamber pianist recital? Or E, none of the above?
Oh, God.
Where did they first meet? On a boat at sea? On top of a mountain range? In a bistro in New Orleans? At a chamber pianist recital? Or E, none of the above?
I'm going to go with Oops, same as Mazza McBob.
Copycat.
Can't copy
No,
me.
it's just because that's the right answer.
Just copycatting. Just copycat.
I don't know. I think I
Like a
don't know.
lemon.
No idea. What does Mickey and Karen? What do they think?
We shall see.
We shall see. So, whilst we're waiting for their answers,
Yes. In the meantime, you know
red
the
card.
shots outside of this building here. They're actually filmed in
Somewhere in California.
Malibu. Yeah. In Malibu, in a beach house. And the director and everything was like, it's just so nice to get a little bit of a break. And they had a beautiful summer's day. And it was just really nice going and shooting on location. It gave everybody a spring in their step, apparently.
Nice. Everybody's gone A, G. Everybody's gone A.
God, it's like people don't want a promotion this evening or something. What is going on?
We're all right. We're all right. I know we are.
You can just tell, can't you? He's got it written all over that face of his.
Yes, you are all getting a promotion to Commander and all getting 75 TNG points because they did meet on a boat at sea. Rishon says it to Picard.
She does.
She does.
Yes. Nice.
And it says also that the large round window, which I don't know, is that the one behind them there?
Yeah.
Was apparently last used in Loud as a Whisper.
I think this whole set was, wasn't it? Was it?
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Don't know.
I think so.
Possibly so.
Yeah. I think this is a set reuse from Loud as a Whisper. I think. Don't hold me to that one, but I've got a feeling that the steps and everything, I think, was all reused from that.
May well be.
Yes. Yes. Good tea, nice house. Picard is curious of why they came far out in space at their age, and Rishon tells them to fall in love all over again. Oh, how sweet.
Picard, they are cute.
They are cute. Look at them. Look. Picard probes about the attack, and Rishon says that there was terrible thunder and the ground didn't stop shaking. Kevin is quick to wonder when they will leave. Picard tells them about meeting a warship in orbit, and Rishon is upset to hear the ship has returned, but Kevin reassures her that they are in no danger. Picard wonders why they were spared, and why are they in no danger. And Kevin thinks it may be because everyone else fought for their lives whilst he did not fight. He's like a conscientious objector. He's a pacifist. He doesn't fight. But of course there's no way for the attackers to have known this. So he expected to die with all the rest. Picard asks Rishon what she wants to do, and she confirmed that she wanted to fight but stood with her husband. Picard asks them one last time to come with them, but Rishon refuses. Back in Troy's quarters, nothing is working, stopping the music in Troy's head. Beverly contemplates putting her in a coma, when then the warship reappears, just as Worf and Picard return to the bridge. It hits the Enterprise with a 400 gigawatt of energy particle beam this time, knocking out the shields. And then they move them, and then the ship moves between them, the Enterprise, and the planet. So Picard thinks they may have been patient long enough, and orders, which signifies the order for Riker to order phases on full, with a full spread of photon torpedoes. But the ship appears to have Borg shields. It's the same effect, isn't it, that they use on the shields on this ship as like the Borg personal shields, that sort of like blank thing.
Yeah.
So they throw everything at it, but again, to no effect. The warship counters with another strike of its own, once again knocking the shields and weapon systems out. And some guy was injured that stood next to Worf. It was a typical red shirt moment. And Picard orders the Enterprise to move out of the range of the vessel. I like the way Picard basically orders a retreat without ordering a retreat. Move us out of range of their weapons hastily, i.e., retreat. Riker is worried about the old couple on the planet, but Picard guesses they are in no danger at all. And that was the end of Act 3.
Karen says, can we please see Lieutenant Commander Chewie, please?
No,
That's
not.
It's a fairly standard request from Kaz.
I'm afraid he's not around at the moment. You might see him. He does tend to wander around. This camera shows a bit of the carpet, so you might see him wander by in a bit. You never know. Any questions now at the end of Act 3? Or are we continuing on?
Yeah, I can drop in a question. I'm easy. I can adapt.
You whack out a question.
So this is the special themed question. So no promotion, but an all-important 75 TNG points. The themed question this week is a Husnock question. So during the episode, how many times do the Husnock fire on the Enterprise? How many times do they fire on the Enterprise? A, 2 times. B, 3 times. C, 4 times. D, 5 times. Or E, none of the above.
I know the answer to this question.
Do you?
I do. I know the answer.
Are you not putting it then, or are you?
I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
I knew the answer to the last one, but I still put it.
Oh well, that's true. You did. Shall I put it then? Shall I put my answer and then?
No, let some other people put the answer.
I could put my answer in.
I might wait for a minute.
Oh, you're waiting. You're waiting.
I'm going to wait for a minute. So there was another thing. Mickey says 33.
Wow, that's a lot.
I'm guessing that means E, none of the above. So John Anderson, again, Kevin Uxbridge there, he played another role in a series 14 years earlier. That also involved a guy who was grieving and had a music box. And the music box he was hanging on to throughout the whole episode, and the music was playing over and over again in that episode. So again, it's just another one of those odd coincidental parallels with the actors.
Wow. Mickey thinks B3. I'm going to put my.
All right, I'll put mine as well then.
There we go. I'll put mine in chat there. Let's see what Maz puts. Has it come through yet? There we go. We've got a couple of E's there. We get some points.
Yeah.
I think I'm saying that I'm being a bit presumptuous with my.
No, I think we're right.
Well, Karen's gone A.
Mickey's gone B. Maz and myself have gone E.
G-Star's writing down our points for us.
Oh, yes, so confident and cocky.
Do you want us to explain our E?
If you want to.
Am I going to explain what E? So I went for E because the Husnock didn't fire at all. It wasn't really them.
Because it wasn't really them.
Okay, so yeah, that would be presuming that it was a trick question.
Yes.
It is a trick question.
It's also factually correct.
Well, it's not really, because in the episode they're referred to as the Husnock.
Well, no, they're not.
Yes, they are.
They don't know what they are.
Well,
Not
you
by
know
that
what
point,
I'm
anyway.
talking about.
Well, yeah, but not yet. We don't.
So I was actually being literal with this question. I was actually looking for the number
We're
of
not
times.
wrong, though, are we?
But we're not wrong.
You're
We're technically right.
Go on then. Tell us what your
Go on then,
your
what's the answer
supposed
then?
answer was.
So the supposed answer was D 5 times if you count the amount of times throughout the episode that fire is exchanged and the Enterprise get fired upon. It's 5 times.
But none of them were the host, not great.
But none of them are from the host.
Actually, nobody knows that. If you go to the trivia, they don't actually know, because it was him that was making it up, but they don't know if he knew about the Husnock, so he knew what their ship looked like. But yeah, he portrayed a Husnock ship.
Well, you don't know that. He just made up a ship. We don't know if that's what Husnock ships look
Okay,
like.
because I'm feeling in a generous mood, and you guys are funny. I'm going to give you both.
We're also right.
We're right.
I'm gonna give you both 25 TNG points, but not the promotion.
Harsh.
Swizz. What a
Who
jet.
else thinks that we should get full points
Yes,
for
mention in
that?
chat, please. We need some backup here. Yeah.
I'll wait and see what the crew think.
But nobody knows what are they called?
Actually, there is no promotion. I forgot. It's a Husnock.
It
is a Husnock question.
Yeah. It was, yes. Anyway.
Apparently, the first draft of this script was called The Veiled Planet. Later got renamed, obviously.
Oh, yes.
Just another tiny little random one to throw in there.
Okay. Oh, yeah, Karen wants 25 points as well. Because they were
just giving points out for free.
Well, they got it wrong, and we got it wrong. We still got points.
Mickey thinks we should get extra points just for fighting with the Quizmaster.
Yes, Mickey, we like it. We like that. Oh dear. Okay.
It was so funny, G. Like when you were away and Monty Baum was doing the questions, people would come back and say, "Oh, but I deserve it," and he'd go, "Oh, all right, then you can have 50. Oh, you can have it. Oh, everybody can have 200." Like literally, if anybody put anything in chat and begged for, like, depending on how well they begged for points, Monty Baum was just giving all these extra points away left, right, and centre. It was quite entertaining. The reasons that people were finding for points.
I abused my TNG points privileges. I did.
He certainly did.
I did.
I think he used them up all in that one episode.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. No.
It was a chuckle.
Right. Yes. Are we done with Act 3?
That was minus points for fighting with the Quizmaster. Oh, so he wants us to have points taken away.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, Mickey.
Penalty time. Oh, Mickey, you decided you want Mickey.
At the end of the day, if you question the Quizmaster, and my answers are always right, and I was asking how many times was the ship fired upon, as in the Enterprise, and the believed Husnocks at this point in the episode.
You didn't say
because
that.
the Enterprise don't know any better. Then I think I'm totally entitled. So, as I said, I'm feeling very generous, so I'll drop you both 25.
Yeah, Karen says it's like getting blood from Data. That's very true. And every time I post on Facebook about this show, whenever there's a Data picture, I always tag you in it, G.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Right, so we're moving on to Act 4. And we're back in Troy's quarters, because they're visiting and theorizing that Kevin and Rashawn are using the music to prevent Troy seeing some kind of truth. And I don't know if you have this down, Maz, but I noticed a goof in this scene.
Ooh.
Have you got a goof in this scene mentioned?
What was this when they were at warp?
Yeah. No, they were just in orbit around the planet.
No, I didn't know this one.
And I found a picture of the goof as well. So, one moment. I'm just going to share another image. It's not a particularly good picture of it, but you see it more. You see it better in the actual episode when it's moving. You got the stars. You got the stars moving in the background. And you can see at the top of the window the eyelets in the top of the curtain.
Oh, yeah.
Along the top. And you can actually see a silver rail.
Oh,
where the curtain's being pulled across.
Like a green screen curtain.
Yeah, it's actually just a big black curtain with like, I
Little dots on it.
Yeah, like dots on it. Speckled dots. And you can see it being pulled across the rail. This wasn't in the original. This was purely for the from the HD conversion.
Oh, weird.
They changed the.
They normally take errors out rather than putting them in.
Yeah, the aspect ratio was changed for that scene. So this is the original, and you can just make out
about barely.
Just about, but you can't really see it. But then in the HD version, you can see it clearly. And I had to look for that because I noticed it. I was like, yes, I've noticed a goof. I was proud of myself.
Nicely done.
Oh, yes, now I've got to go back to the silly thing. Go back to my main sharing thing.
The other one, like they go to sort of, when they sort of go to warp and it flicks back to her room, the room looks the same as that and they're at warp and all the stars are static. So that's what I thought you might have been driving at, but yeah.
Yeah. So yes, they arrive at the planet. Oh no, that is. I think they were at warp at that. Because they'd been chased away, hadn't they?
Yeah.
They were supposed to be at warp. So that was actually that was a double goof. Double goof scene. Double goof.
Nice.
A double goofer.
They just had it all kinds of wrong.
I'm sure we're probably later on in the pictures as well.
No, it's not in the pictures. No.
No.
No, but he's saying maybe we should have moved them on.
Oh, probably. Here you go. We're nearly there, I think, at that point. How does Data's circuit stay cool? Oh, I don't know.
I thought that was like the beginning of a joke.
Oh.
I was trying to think.
Green,
is there a
green
play
blood
on
/
Android?
oil.
Well, he does have
it is
that
like
sort
a
of
green
like
sort of oily, light green.
White green kind of liquid, isn't it?
It's not.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so they arrive back at the planet and the ship has once again disappeared. Picard tells Worf not to worry about his previous error in spotting the ship, as he wouldn't have been able to find it anyway. Picard decides to beam back down. Riker's not too happy about that because the warship might return, but Picard isn't worried. He thinks it's protecting the old couple and responding to their wishes. On the planet, the couple are waltzing around their living room to the music box when Picard and Worf interrupt. Mickey was just wondering if it had been written into any of the episodes. It's probably in some sort of technical manual or encyclopedia somewhere. But I can't remember. It might have been. It might have been mentioned what it is. But no, I don't know off the top of my head. We'll find out when we get there, if we do get there. Yeah. Yes, they're waltzing around their living room to the music box when Picard and Worf interrupt. Kevin is surprised to see them, which interests Picard. For why would he be surprised? He knew they were in orbit, unless he has knowledge of the warship turning up and running them off. Kevin, though, is frustrated at them being there, and Picard tells the old couple that the Enterprise will remain to protect them for as long as they decide to remain there. For the ship has returned and injured members of his crew, including a woman whose mind's under attack from a telepathic manipulation. But no matter, they're still staying put. Picard asks him if Rashawn's life was in danger, would he kill to protect her? And Kevin says no, he would not. So Picard says, in that case, we will stay to protect you. Once again, as soon as Picard and Worf get back to the bridge, the warship turns up and Riker goes to order all weapons to bear, but Picard belays the order. Picard appears to be cool as a cucumber in the face of this mighty warship. The vessel enters low orbit and targets the Uxbridge household, blowing it to smithereens. They scan
as per the picture.
As per the picture. They scan for survivors, but there aren't any. Picard orders Worf to shoot. one single photon torpedo at the enemy ship, which he does, and it blows up. Picard asks Riker, now, with both of the Uxbridges and the warship destroyed, what purpose does the Enterprise have for sticking around? And Riker agrees they have none. So Picard orders the Enterprise to move off to a higher orbit and goes and retreats to his ready room. And that was the end of Act 4. Yes.
Let's go straight into
Straight
Act
in,
5.
right. Riker visits Picard in the ready room and asks why they have waited 3 hours for nothing to happen. Picard confides that he is assuming that whilst they found the two couple alive, there was in fact only one survivor on Rana 4. Just then they get summoned to the bridge as Geordi has found that the house and both of its survivors have reappeared. Picard orders them both to beam down. Picard orders them to be both beamed directly to the bridge. They arrive and are surprised. Picard confronts them that their house was destroyed in the war, that what they're seeing is a recreation capable of being destroyed over and over again. He continues that you wanted the Enterprise away, and the warship was another creation to make that happen. The last time we visit the planet, Picard set out the only condition that would make them leave, the couple's ultimate destruction, and so it came to pass. Kevin apologizes for the distress causing the telepath and offers to help her. Kevin asks what Picard will do with him now, and Picard tells him he's going to take him to the nearest starbase and hold him responsible for the attack on the Enterprise and the deaths of 11,000 colonists. Rashon backs her husband, though, saying he wasn't responsible. And Kevin confirms that he wasn't, in fact, responsible for the attack on the planet, but it happened as they had described it. Maz, were you going to say something?
I was just going to say, like, the whole bit where, Picard was basically acting on an assumption. It just seems a bit odd that he wouldn't loop any of his bridge crew into his thinking or check his assumption with them, or, he was effectively letting these people get slaughtered and not putting up a fight. With all the things of where people get taken over and stuff like that, you really need to be telling your senior staff what you're thinking or that you're acting on an assumption just to get other people's thoughts and opinions on it, because that's quite a risk, right?
Yeah.
And it's not like he didn't have time to tell them. He just went and sat in his ready room, not talking to anyone for no reason.
Yeah.
Just all seemed a bit odd, really.
Even like Kirk in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, where he led Kirstie Alley to believe that the Enterprise was going to be crippled for the next few days. And it turned out that over open communication in the midst of battle, you don't send any encoded information. So he'd come up with that thing between him and Spock that hours means minutes, days means hours, if you go by the book. And so even the command crew were all on board with the subterfuge, but it was like the lower deck staff who don't get all the information. And in this case, Picard just didn't give the information to anyone.
No.
He was flying solo.
Yeah, which just seems a little bit odd and risky and not very Picardy.
No. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So, Kevin confirms the attackers were the Husnock, who are beings known for their hideous intelligence, but also known for their aggression and destruction. His personal oath to not kill them led him to not retaliate. He tried to trick them as he tricked the Enterprise, but that only made things worse. And in the end, Rashon fought alongside the colonists and died.
Yeah, for a powerful, immortal being, he's a bit obvious, really, isn't he? His tricks don't seem to work.
No. At the sight of her broken body, he raged with grief and destroyed the Husnock. And we're not just talking one or two Husnock or the Husnock ship, but all the Husnock, man, women, and children, the whole entire race everywhere. He killed
50
millions.
billion of them.
Yeah. The entire species for the love of one woman. Picard tells him they are not qualified to judge his actions and allows him to return to the planet. So they leave orbit. Head Starbase 133. Picard noting in his log that they leave behind a being of extraordinary power, and he's not sure if he should be condemned or praised for his actions. But what he does know is they should be left alone. And we get a nice end shot. I don't know. Oops. Oh, ruined my thing now. What have I done? Oh, gosh. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, you forgot to mention before he jumps off the ship, he takes the music from Troy's mind.
Yeah, I forgot that. I did write it, so I've
Question time.
Missed that bit off of my notes. I don't know where. Oh, that's him being hung upside down. Look, he goes onto an air mattress.
I wish they'd shown him hitting the plastic pipe.
Wow, that was a stunt double.
Oh, right.
Somebody, Coco, can't remember his name.
So everybody ready for the captain question?
Born ready.
Yeah.
Excellent. Right, just to give a bit of a recap, we have Karen on 75 TNG points. We have Mickey on 100 TNG points, and we have both Monty and Mazza both on 100 TNG points. So it's neck and neck pretty much. I'll give you an extra 25 points. Don't be booing me. So it's anybody's game because, as we all know, the captain question is worth 100 TNG points. So anybody can win at this point. But remember, it's fastest first, and there is no multiple choice. So get your guesses in as quick and as fast as you can. So in the last scene where Picard states, I'm not sure whether he should be praised or condemned, but that he should be left alone. How many crew are on the bridge in the scene? Maz has already got her guess in.
I just panicked and wrote something. I think it's probably very wrong.
I'm going to go one more than you.
However, so did Mickey. So if that is right, he's already got it. You may as well go for 8. 8 isn't taken. 8 or 4, Monty Python.
Nobody's got it yet.
I got an 8.
Anyway, yeah, so it's like, to me, that whole ending is like sort of lets the episode down in a way. I mean, I agree with what G said. This guy is apparently so powerful that he can just think 50 billion people out of existence, and yet he can't think anything into existence that would have not made them attack, like made the planet invisible, or I don't know, any one of another million things that I can think of. If all those people's lives were at risk, how could he not have foiled them in some way, in some non-violent way? It's just insane. So anyway, I find that a bit weird. And Karen's just going for all the numbers.
We have a winner!
Yeah, 9. Monty Python.
Captain Monty Python. You are this evening's captain and winner of the quiz. The answer was every single person on the main cast and crew and one extra. So that made 9.
Yep, he was a blue guy, stood at the back of the room. I know this because I have the picture here in front of me.
What?
Oh, you cheated.
It was just the next image to bring up. I mean, I quickly took it off. I quickly took it off the screen.
Maybe Karen should get it.
Oh yeah, go on then. We'll give it to Karen because she's the first person that got it legitimately. Yeah. I didn't give the right answer straight away though. I was giving people a chance.
I love what Mickey put. There was no one, and it was all a ghost ship.
Very good.
Yeah.
It wasn't really the Husnock, right? But you're right, Mickey. That's a very good point. So I'm going to give you 200 TNG points just for that really good point. So actually, on a recount, that makes Mickey the winner now.
What? What?
I was joking.
We'll give it to Captain Montyban.
Oh no,
not Captain
no.
Inder.
We got to give it to Captain Inder.
All right.
Captain Inder, who didn't cheat. Well, she
I'm
sort of
sorry, I
cheated
thought
by
I was
putting
the
all the
quizmaster,
numbers.
but go ahead.
Well, no, if cheating's fine, then I'll cheat next week then and win.
Oh no! What have I done?
No,
At least the
cheating
Kraken.
is not right. You're 100% correct.
banned.
Karen should win.
I've
You
been
put,
banned.
But is putting all the numbers, is that cheating as well? Who knows?
Well, she did the legwork. She put the effort in. She didn't give up. It should be recognised and praised that she was so diligent in her efforts to want to win that she put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 answers and guesses all at the same time. So yeah, Captain.
She's saying
Inder.
share the points with Monty and Mickey. Mickey didn't even guess right. Why would Mickey get the points?
We're giving you captaincy, Karen. Enjoy it and bask in your 4 pins or whatever it is. Pips.
See, I innocently just brought this picture up because the episode ends with a rare shot of the entire principal cast together on the bridge in a nice sort of end of episode.
Yeah, because Bev's not
cast.
usually there, is she? And
No.
Geordie's often not there.
Yes, it's nice to have the whole cast there on the bridge of the D. So yeah, it's a nice ending picture. So that's why I brought it up. Didn't realise it was going to.
And the guy who's got his back to us is actually Les Landu, the director of the episode.
Oh, is he?
Oh, really?
No, I'm joking.
He is quite a tall chap, isn't he? But, yeah.
Might be. Who knows?
Who knows? Who
I
knows?
wanted to go for a iconic shot, and he wanted to be in it. I'll research it and find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were a few like uncredited extras in this, so I imagine he's one of them. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, so the whole thing of like him being this, I mean, omnipotence doesn't even begin to, it sounds like he's like way more powerful than the Q. So yeah, I don't buy it that, I tried to trick them, they didn't fall for the trick. I mean, he can literally do anything out of thought. There's no way that you couldn't stop people from attacking if you could literally do anything. That's just crazy. And then the second thing is that even just the existence of any beings that powerful seems like problematic for the universe, where anybody can just
Dowd.
yes as somebody put in the episode, this is a good episode without a Dowd.
Without a doubt.
But yeah, so a Dowd, I mean, it just, I don't know, it just doesn't factor that, if they really existed, anybody at any point could have just thought the entire Borg out of existence or the entire anything, or made the whole it just seems like really unbelievable. But anyway, I mean, I know the whole thing's unbelievable, but anyway, I find that, and then the fact that Picard's saying, we don't have any laws that could possibly judge what you've done. Yes, there are laws about genocide. Genocide is very much against the law. You do persecute or prosecute people for having committed genocide. And yeah, you should, if this guy feels really guilty, then you should have said, well, we're going to take you in and we're going to punish you according to our laws because you just committed genocide.
Yes.
I think he was probably just
odd.
scared of him, to be honest with you. Like,
well, that's what it smacks of. Like, it's like trying to retreat without saying retreat. Basically, he's like, you're too powerful and I'm too scared, so we're just going to walk away from this now and pretend it never happened, which just seems a bit cowardly. But yeah, the whole we don't have any laws to judge you thing seemed like a bit of a weak argument. And whether he should be pitied or what was it?
Praised.
Pitied or praised. I mean, why would anybody be praised for wiping out 50 billion people?
Oh.
I guess
crazy.
it's not about the fact that he wiped out 50 billion people. It's the way in which he wiped out. Because if they took him to court, how could you prove that he killed those 50 million people other than his testimony?
He admitted it.
He admitted it.
But then the defense could say he's gone mental, mate. He's lost a few.
He thinks he's an omnipotent being.
Yeah. He keeps seeing his wife who's dead.
Yeah.
I mean, if nothing else, he needs to go in for anger management classes, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it's just
I don't
better
know.
to
It
let
just
that stuff
seemed like
out.
a really unrealistic ending.
Yeah. I mean, Star Trek has godlike aliens in it all the time, omnipotent beings. You know, I'm thinking of
The Q.
the Q, the Triskelion guy in the '60s Star Trek. You know,
The W's,
yeah,
the Y's.
all of the end of the alphabets, and so you know that's fine. That's kind of Star Trek trope, but the fact that Picard just went, well, you're beyond us, you're free to go, and then said, don't know whether he should be condemned or praised. I just
Yeah, seems odd.
he usually sticks to his principles no matter what, you know, even if it you know, I don't know, that just doesn't seem right.
Bizarre.
Start getting your points or your scores for this episode in chat, guys.
Scores on the doors.
What your thoughts were.
And the one final thing, true story, sad story, was that the main actor in this, John Anderson, obviously in this, it was about his wife Rashawn dying and him, you know, reacting like really strongly to that. In real life, his wife had died less than a year previously. And he seriously thought about not taking the role. And he said it was, you know, one of the hardest roles he's ever had to play. But I'm guessing, you know, that's why he did quite a good job in the role, as he was drawing from like a personal place.
I would say that he did play a great character in that. He
did, yeah.
It's
very sincere.
Very sincere, yeah.
On the opposite end of the scale, Gates McFadden's acting in this is something chronic. She's not in it very much, and she doesn't have much dialogue, but, you know, for a doctor...
Come back, Dr. P!
Yeah, I know.
Oh, no, Christ, no.
She was a better actress.
You've really got to join that Next Generation group thing, because there was this whole thing about Pulaski the other day and how everybody loved her, and they were all saying she was their favorite character and they really hated Bev. And I really wanted to tag you in it, but I couldn't.
She was a better actress, you know. She was Kate.
Yeah.
Kate Mulder, whatever her name is.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, Gates McFadden's not
Dianna Mulder.
She has some better performances later down the line, for sure. There's somewhere she does an all right job, but in this, it's particularly standout terrible. As is Marina Sirtis as well.
Mickey's giving it a 7.
7.
Ooh.
7.
Oh,
where's my scoring paddle?
Find me paddle.
Oh no.
Looking for my paddle on my desk now. I've got loads of rubbish on my... I really got to tidy this desk.
Me too. Oh, there it is, buried. Oh, man. Got it.
Right, I have my number ready.
So do I.
Oh, should I change it?
Are you ready, G-Star?
Mm-hmm. Born that way.
Monty Band's having a last-minute change of heart.
No, I've kept it. Yeah.
Are we ready?
Ready.
1, 2, 3, go!
Hey!
So we're all in agreement with the Mickey.
Yeah.
Pretty consistent.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, there's a lot to like about this episode, without a doubt. You know, got good characters, good storyline, touching storyline, good sort of alien spaceships and stuff like that. Bit of dodgy acting from Troy and the Doctor. Slightly dodgy on the stuff with Picard at the end, but for the most part, I'd say it was a pretty strong episode.
Yeah, it just had one of those things about it. It's like quintessentially TNG, but like a good standalone episode. You know, it's not like a story arc, you know, because there's a lot of like the arc 2-parters and 3-parters that, you know, the writers and producers of TNG used to do very well. You know, there's only like a handful of like standalone episodes that are real like stand out, and for me, this is definitely one of them. I always remember this episode. I remember watching it the first time and it feeling a little bit like, I don't know, ooh, this is different. This is mysterious. What's going on here then?
Yeah. One of the odd things about this episode is, you know, atypical for TNG is it didn't really have that like that side story, that
No,
sub story.
didn't have a B story.
It really just had that main plot was sort of all encompassing in this one, which I guess it was significant enough. But yeah, I mean, perhaps that could have added a slightly different dimension if they'd had that B story.
Yeah, and it. I mean, to be honest, when it was just one story, it's easier to go through the acts because
you're not switching back and forth.
Yeah, yeah, it's easier to describe. It's more flowing actually with the narration side of it. But
I think maybe that's why it made the episode better. I don't know, because you sort of you just stay engaged on.
We like the B stories.
I like B stories. I like it when they come together. I think it makes the episode feel more rich, and you see different points of view.
Yeah, it makes Star Trek, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's TNG especially so. So no. I like the fact that Enterprise got to fire phasers and launch photon torpedoes. They actually went into battle and tried to attack something. Okay, the thing they attacked didn't really exist. None of it was actually really real. But
how many ships did they try and attack? Zero.
Yeah, zero isn't real. But it was good.
He's fed up with this game now.
It was good to see the Enterprise in a pitch battle.
Yeah.
Don't see it very often.
And this is the highest scoring episode so far, so that's quite exciting.
Yeah. So on the score sheet here, we've got Karen she's on the board, alongside Smiler and Stu Plum. Our season 2 champion is still left to get off the mark.
I wouldn't worry though. I mean, he's going to start dominating soon enough. It's just nice that everybody else is at least getting a point on the board.
Yeah. And as you say, Survivors has gone to the top of the 3 episodes we've seen so far this season. It's it's gone to the top. If it wasn't for the Picard thing at the end, and
might have got an 8.
Couple of little things like that, it might have squeaked in an 8. But
do you know what? In reflection, I think that maybe it was kind of when they were making this, it was kind of a big deal, those 2 guest actors that they got in. And I think that the production and director probably spent too much time focusing on them, and they're not really focusing on the in-house actors, and what they were doing and what they were delivering. Because even Patrick Stewart, I think, is a little bit not on point in this episode as well, but it's still a good episode. So yeah, maybe that's something that had to do with it.
The one little thing I felt a little bit about it was they go down to the planet, talk to them, question how they survived, why they're still there, and what actually happened. And then they go back to the ship, something happens, and they go back down to the planet and question them.
Talk to them again.
Why did they survive? How are they still here? Why will you come with us? And then go back to the ship. Something else happens, and they go back to the planet and ask, why did you survive? It's a little bit like so. My narration actually was quite a little shorter than normal this one because I kind of cut some of that out.
Well, I do have something interesting to say, and that is that of all the episodes that we've done on the TNG review show, I actually found this one quite difficult to do the questions for. And that's why a lot of my questions weren't actually related directly to what was going on in the episode.
The trivia and goofs were hardly anything as well. There was 5 bits of trivia. Most were just sort of random coincidences. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 goofs. But a couple of them were really poor. And I didn't even bother mentioning them, to be honest, because it's like Data says it's in the center of the plot of land, but the house isn't in the center.
It isn't. I mean, no, it's sort of like...
I know, but is that a goof worth mentioning, So even the goofs that I found were quite bland, so I didn't even bother.
Yeah, that's pushing it, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, yes, that was our review, our breakdown, our going through the episode, The Survivors. Next week, we've got episode 4 of season 3, which is Who Watches the Watchers? I know what it is, yes. Who Watches the Watchers?
Who Watches the Watchers? Of course you know, because that's the picture on the caption thing, isn't it?
It's the picture on the thumbnail. Yeah.
I like that episode.
Yeah. It's It's a budget version of Insurrection.
Yeah. But with some really good extras, like some really kind of quite, good, extra characters. A bit like this one, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool.
Yes, so that's next week. Yeah, so I think we pretty much covered it for this week.
And what was our Klingon word of the week again?
Oh,
Something Jiuk or something?
Yeah, it was something like that, wasn't it? It was I had it here somewhere.
Scroll back through chat.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Oh yeah,
Kujiak.
Yeah.
Jika? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
it was round of 4. Yeah. Yeah. Kujiak. I don't know how you knew that, G, or what made you come up with that.
Put it into a translator.
Yeah, all right. Well done. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Yes. Well, thank you, Mickey and Karen, for coming along. Thank you, Smiler Rainbow, for doing your very best with the questions and making sure they're all in there on time. Very much appreciated. And thank you to my co-hosts, G-Star and Mazin with Bob. Once again, it was lovely talking to you about Star Trek this week. And we'll see you again the same time next week for Who Watches the Watchers. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.